Hey guys, welcome to another video, and we're gonna talk about part-time jobs in Canada in this video, alright? So what are the sort of issues that you face in part-time jobs and how do you actually apply to them? Why do people get rejected and how to actually make sure that you do not get rejected? So if that's something that you are interested in, keep watching and stick around, right? First off, if you are new to the channel, I make a lot of videos about the admissions process in the US, Canada, Australia, and more recently Germany as well. So what you want to do is click the bell icon and subscribe to the channel right there, okay? So once you've done that, now we are good to go. We can continue watching. Alright, so first things first, when you're actually on a student visa in Canada, alright, so a lot of people might not know this, but you're actually allowed to work part-time for 20 hours every week. Now 20 hours is the maximum limit. You cannot go beyond that, but that's the maximum amount of time you can work every single week, okay? 20 hours every week. Now, this is a paid job. It can be a paid job. It can also be a volunteering job where you do not get paid, but it's all the same. Still 20 hours, okay? Now, the first things first, what is the pay? Alright, now the pay would depend on the area that you actually reside in. The most common minimal pay would be $10 to $15 per hour. You're paid hourly, by the way, in Canada. So it's $10 to $15 per hour. Now these are mostly entry-level jobs. They're part-time jobs that you can do, alright? And the one thing that I want you to keep in mind is that even if you go in Canada and you get the job at the first go, now this might not happen with everyone, but you get a job before your course even starts and you're over there and you're ready to start, do not do that. Don't actually begin any job before your classes begin. Once your first class begins, after that, start going to the job. Even if you get a job early with the tips, with the tricks that I'm gonna give you over here, don't start the job before your course actually starts, because that is not allowed. Okay, you're gonna get yourself in trouble. That's not what the point of this video is. All right, next thing, how do you get a job? Where do you apply? First things first, we want to talk about there's two ways to apply. All right, the first thing is that you can apply online. The second is that you can go door to door. You wanna basically go to stores. You can give them your resume. You can do that, or you can apply online. Let me tell you the best way, and I've actually consulted with a lot of my people, a lot of my friends who are actually studying in Canada. The best way is to actually go on and apply online. Okay, that will give you the best results. I think about over 80% of the people that I talked to said that they got the job by applying online. And that's a huge number. Over 80%, I think it's probably over 85%. Okay, so the important part over here is that online is better. First off, you're sitting at home. You don't need to dress up. You don't need to print out a lot of resumes. You can just go on and apply. And the best ways to apply, the best websites to apply in Canada would be Indeed.ca. that is, everything is .ca in Canada, right? So Indeed.ca, then there's Workapolis.ca, then there's Kikiji.ca. But at the end of the day, I would say Indeed is the best because it's just easy to use. You can even build your resume over there and you can literally apply with a single click on that website. So you don't have to go on and fill up a huge form for any company. All you have to do is just click over there and you apply straight away, all right? Now, I realize a lot of you people might not have a lot of experience, especially Canadian experience, so you might not be able to get, very technical jobs, but definitely what you can do is you can start with something that is more entry level and you can make your way up from there, okay? All right, because the most important part over here is that the money should be coming in because you're a student, you need it, and that's really what the point of this video is, all right? Great. Now, the one thing that I want you to remember is that it will be difficult at first, okay? It's not going to be easy, and there are a lot of reasons for that. The first is a lot of students watching this video might not have any work experience at all, even in their home country. Okay, if you have some experience, if you have some internship or work experience, at least 6 months of experience, I would say, 6 months to 1 year, I would say at least, then yeah, you do have a good, better chance, I would say. But still, what happens is that, let me actually tell you why Canadian employers reject people who actually apply, reject students who are not from their country. The first thing is you're only allowed to work part-time. That's 20 hours per week, okay? Now, whenever I am actually hiring someone, I would want them to actually be in the office whenever I need them, right? So if I'm hiring someone on a part-time basis, I know that they might not be available when I need them, okay? So that sort of things do happen. And secondly, they also know that it might not be long term. Okay, because you're looking for a part-time job, chances are you're looking for an entry-level job. You'll switch basically whenever the time comes. So yeah, all of these things come into the picture, but mostly it's really about the 20 hours per week. And secondly, because you might not have a lot of Canadian work experience, then they're kind of skeptical about, you know, how good English you can speak. Okay, so that's why one tip would be, if you have a good IELTS score, definitely include that on your resume. Even if you build it on Indeed, wherever you do it, include the IELTS score on your resume so that they can see that you have a good hold over English. Okay, so that's not something that they will face issues with. Communication should not be something that, you know, they're actually having to deal with when, you know, they have to explain the work to you and there's miscommunication. Yeah, that's not what anyone wants, right? So make sure that that sort of thing doesn't happen. And if you have a good IELTS score, take advantage of that, leverage that, put that on your resume. Okay, all right. So you know, these are the sort of things that kind of hold employers back from giving you the offer. Now, a lot of times I do that too. Like if I'm looking at someone and I know they might not be able to work full-time with me, or, you know, even they might need a lot of holidays, what I would do is I would just reject the application, just because I know that the students from this university are not able to cope up with the work that we do over here. So yeah, that sort of thing happens almost everywhere in the world, and it's very common. And I want you guys to avoid that. So let me actually give you some pointers on that. All right, the first thing that you can do to actually really, you know, kind of avoid this, circumvent this situation and make sure that it works out in your favor, is that you go on and you meet some of the managers. Okay, it's really not that hard to get a meeting with the manager for most companies, especially if they're startups. Okay, go on, meet the managers, show them your resume, tell them that you're looking for a job in this field, tell them if you have some past experience in the work that you're looking for, and just talk to them about things. You know, just talk to them about the problems that they're facing. What are the things that they do on a daily basis? What is a typical day at work look like? And then tell them that you're really interested, and if there's an open position, maybe now or maybe, you know, whenever in the future, they can just give you a call. All right, so yeah, if you do make your point correctly, you will definitely make sure that you have a chance, a good chance, than most of the other students out there. Okay, now one thing that I need you guys to know is that a lot of times companies do have positions, all right, or maybe, you know, they are not really sure about you, or maybe they just don't have a position, right? So what you can do is that you can tell them that, you know what, and this is if you're really interested in the job. So if you're really interested in the job, what you can do is you can tell them, man, I really like the work that you guys do, and I know you don't have an open position right now, but I would like to join as a volunteer, okay? And you can try to negotiate from there. You know, maybe if I start working well in maybe, you know, 1 month, you can offer a stipend. Would that be possible for you? Okay, so that sort of thing, you can definitely negotiate over there, okay? Again, one more thing is that even if you don't get stipend after 1 month or whatever, the best thing is to actually go on and still do the job just for Canadian work experience. Because next time you actually go on to an employer, what will happen is that they'll see that you already have some Canadian work experience, and that's something that, trust me, that Canada values a lot. I've come to realize that, and a lot of my friends have come to realize that. If you have any work experience in Canada, that's a huge asset for you. That will take you a long way. All right, so make sure that you have some Canadian work experience, so even if it's volunteering. You get references, right? So those references can actually just go on and help you out in the future, right? On-campus jobs. What about on-campus jobs? Now this is all about meeting managers and off-campus jobs and startups and stuff. But if you're actually looking at on-campus jobs, which might not even be far away, so you don't need to travel a lot. So the most important things in this case would be your network. You need to build your network, you need to have friends, and you need to have professors who are in your favor. If you have these three things, it'll be really easy for you to get an on-campus job. So make sure that you make your connections right. If your connections are good, and you keep going to places, keep going to events, you never know who you might meet over there. And if they are working in a company and maybe, you know, they have an open position, they can definitely recommend you. Referrals are the easiest way to get the job, okay? Build your network, whether it's friends or whether it's professors, whether it's people you meet at a networking event. They will definitely be happy to recommend you if you can show them that you are a good potential candidate, okay? And finally, job fairs. Never miss a single job fair, like, you know, even a single job fair. Do not miss it at any cost, okay? Because it's walk-in interviews and you get to meet the people who will definitely be doing the hiring. So there are people who can genuinely hire you. They're not just there to waste your time, right? And if you have a good interview with them, within 30 to 40 minutes, you can actually have a job offer letter in your hands, right? So on-spot jobs are given. So yeah, these are some of the ways you can actually, go on and get that on-campus job, or maybe off-campus job. But it's really about getting you a part-time job so you can get started. You don't need to have a lot of support from your parents. Now, we all know 2020 is the year of recessions, and it's really hard to actually ask your parents for money when you know that they might not have it at all. Plus, you know how it is when a recession comes along, people lose their jobs. It's not easy, and everyone's just way too scared. No one has the money. So try to make sure that you can support yourself, especially in 2020. If possible, do whatever you can. Trust me, these are the steps. There is no other golden rule. All you need to do is just follow these steps again and again. One more thing I wanted to point out over here. If you have signed up on our website, what I will be willing to do is that as soon as we're actually adding a chat on the website very soon, and we're building a phone application simultaneously. So as soon as that chat is done, what I can do is I can connect you guys to people who are already working in Canada, who are already working part-time jobs. In fact, I don't need to do that. You guys can actually already do that. But what I'll do is I'll, sponsor those people on top. So basically they'll be shown on top, and you can just connect with them. You can message them, you can talk to them, all right? So if someone has a job in Canada, they can definitely help you out, maybe with referrals, maybe with tips, maybe with guides, whatever it is, I'll keep you posted. Again, once you sign up on the website, you will have the regular updates, okay? So make sure you do that. Apart from that, if you have any other questions, anything I can help you with, connect with me over Instagram, or just contact us wherever I'm at, and I'll be happy to help you. Hopefully this video brings things a little more into perspective, and if it does, I would love if you could give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and same thing every time. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for taking out the time.